we're bag chasing. Let's get into it. So, what I use 3 websites. I'll get into the websites that I get into. The first website that I'll get into is Robinhood. This is where I do all my contracts, and this is where I do all my stocks. I might use a different one later on, but this is one that I feel comfortable on. I know a lot of people don't use it. I think a lot of people don't use it. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really seen a lot of videos on stocks and what I'm about to show and do on this channel. So I'm really freeballing and telling you how I'm operating. I'm the leader, you feel me? So Robinhood is where I do my stocks, buy my stocks, and buy my contracts. But where I actually look at the stocks, like information and the charts that they give, you know what I'm saying? If you're really into the stock game, you'll know. Let me just. TradingView, you feel me? Everybody know about TradingView. I'm pretty positive. If you don't, do it now. Make an account. You ain't gotta buy any of the subscriptions or anything like that. It's great. If you're not using it, you're tripping. Do not use, because I used to use Yahoo Finance, something like that, and try to use the Robinhood app, but like TradingView is so much better. Once you download it, you will understand. I don't even have to explain. You'll be like, he was spitting. Come on, bro. I'm not been sponsored yet. So my next thing is, whoa. The next thing I use, let me get a little closer real quick. My bad. Back up. Thank you. Appreciate it. Is an app called Options Profit Calculator. Options. Calc. I'll just say calc. So I use this for the options that I buy, and it just gives me a second POV of what I'm looking at. Of before I do the contract, I'll put it in this calculator to get a second POV other than the one that Robinhood gives me. And it just gives me a little bit more information before I get into it. So key example is like, let's say Apple. Lord knows I'm not doing option trading with Apple. Expensive, too much. But let's say I got a bag, you know what I'm saying? When I get when I get my bag, maybe I'll do Apple, don't know. It's been tanking recently. But Microsoft. I apologize. Let's say with Apple was at what? Apple's at 225. Let's say I wanted to buy like a call because I think it's gonna go up because it's been tanking so much, and then a couple other things like it's above this indicator, blah blah blah. A little bit more into that later, but let's say it's at 225. If it says on Robinhood the break-even point, right? Holy crap, I cannot write. I apologize. The break-even point is 230 for the call option. It'll be like, okay, it's 230 by the expiration date. Don't get it tripping. It's 230 by the expiration date. And you're like, oh, what does that mean? It means once you buy a contract, or before you buy a contract, you can go by 2 days. You can go by 2 days or 11 days or 18 days. It'll give you a certain amount of days before expiration, and pretty much there'll be a break-even point, and you kind of set your goal around that break-even point. However, because of the time decay on contracts, your break-even point, it doesn't really necessarily matter. It's like a last case scenario. When I see break-even at expiration date, I think, okay, I'm not even gonna sell the contract by the expiration date. It's gonna be gone by then. So this doesn't really matter. But because it's information, I take it and I'm optimistic, so I use it as something useful. How do I use that as something useful? I say, okay, if this is the break-even point, right? If 230 is the break-even point and it is at 225, it will never be this close. If it's 225, break-even is 230, that means that the amount that I'm going to need, and let's say it's like 14 days. I forgot to put the amount of days. And let's say it's 14 days to get that I have on this contract. That means between 225 and 230, if I can get there in about a week, let's say in a week my goal would be like, in a week I want to get to it's so close, 227. I really did a bad job on these numbers. I should have made it way higher, but my goal would be 227. Why is my goal 227? And why is it not 230? It's 227 because I know if I aim for 230, as close as 230 as I can in the early stages, that means I will make profit. And you'll see that with the option profit calculator. What that does, when you put this option trade into the option profit calculator, is it shows you on a span on how time decay will affect the contract. When you pull it up, you can say, okay, at 227, I have until so about a week for it to get to like $100. Like that's a span of like where I'll make $100 at. So I need to reach there in like a week. So what the option profit calculator does is it gives you the amount it gives you like a goal. I can actually say a goal. The break even just gives you like a shot up in the stars, like I'm gonna be the best stock trader ever. That's what the break even point is pretty much telling you, and is baiting you. Don't listen to it that much. And TradingView gives you the option to look at Apple on a more technical and closer look with the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 and the hour and the 4 hours, and we'll get into that maybe in a different video. But it really gives you a closer and a better look at it versus Robinhood and Yahoo Finance, which really don't give you as much detail as TradingView. It's not like awful. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad when you're competing with TradingView. It's like Android. It's like Android is actually a good phone, but it's like saying Android and being like, oh, Android's a bad phone. It's not a bad phone, but when you compare it to Apple, you're like, damn, this is a bad phone. But yeah, these are the things that I use. And actually, I'm gonna get into the actual things that I'm into right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll give a little tease. I'll give you a little teaser into the option trading that I'm into right now. So currently, so there's a company called HP. Don't know what this company does, but I assumed that it was going to go down. So I was like, I'm gonna put a put option on it. And I'm not gonna lie, this is as simple as it got. I was like, HP, I looked at it on TradingView. Once I looked at it on TradingView, did my analyticals. I'll get deeper into that in maybe another video to really show you how I think this is being very general. But it just gives you the idea of what I was doing. So I looked at it on TradingView. Once I looked at it on TradingView, I was like, this is a good stock to trade because I can assume or make a very good hypothesis that it is going to go down. And if it's going to go down, what am I going to do? Not a call option. No, buddy. I'm going to do a put. So I get a put option, and right now, honestly, it's not doing Not doing the best, not doing the best. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of new with this, with contracts. What I've done is I've worked on, I first did stocks. Learned about the stocks, learned a little bit more about it. You know, people saying, oh, it's scary, be careful, don't lose all your money. Help people lose your money. I'm like, bro, it looks interesting, I'm gonna get into it. I got into it for maybe like 1 to 2 years, maybe. And then I slowly gave it a break. I gave it a break, didn't know what I was doing, and didn't want to put too much money into it because my auntie was like, don't do it. So I'm like, I bet, auntie, I love you, I trust you. And I kind of got bored of it a little bit too, don't blame me. So after that, I went into, actually it was more than 1 to 2 years. No, actually after 1 to 2 years, I looked back into it, and I'm like, okay, how does this go again? Because one of my friends brought it up again, and you know, I got back into it maybe 1 to 2 years again. I don't really remember the second time as much, but give it a break again. What I really remember, what really made an impact on me, was that third time. And that third time I didn't get into stocks, no. That third time I got into a thing called Forex trading. Now, I can explain Forex trading a lot, like, not a lot, but a decent amount, but pretty much it's just currencies. So what I did was the US currency versus the euro. Now, with me, I used this thing. I did this for like 2 months. I did it for like 2 months. And when I did it, I grinded this. I'm not gonna lie, this is where I got all my information from, because I can make as many mistakes with as little money as possible. So I grinded it, understood the charts, and you know, also during that time, I actually bought some stock. So that stock started to grow. I started to get excited. I'm like, oh, I got some money in my pocket. You know, grandpa really coming in clutch with $100. Actually, no, my grandpa gives me, if I'm not turning 19 years old, he gives me $19. But I respect it. Thank you for the money, grandpa. I love you. It was an on and off journey. Can't lie to you. But I'm glad that I'm here, because now I will be trying to use this as my way up, my way to really make a difference when it comes to making that pay, making that money, going for that guap. So, yeah. Next video, I really don't know what it's going to be about, but I know it's going to be very helpful for whoever wants to listen. And I hope that I can make all my videos like that. And what do we call that? Being optimistic. I love doing that. Ooh, I love this so much. Ooh, I can't wait. This is going to be so fun. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I think next video I'll get more into how I'm currently moving, where my thought process is, and show you more visuals on my channel. But you know what I'm saying? I hope you have a wonderful day, and hey, be optimistic. I'll see you later.